Good morning. How y'all doing? I know it's cold outside. There's ice everywhere, so I'm still stuck at my house as well. That's why we've got the wood panel walls back today. We're gonna talk NFL playoffs. I know that's the kind of the big deal going on right now. So we're gonna talk NFL playoffs, and then we're also gonna talk. The Vols basketball team had a big meltdown last night. I didn't get to watch the game, but we're going to talk a little bit about that too. And then we're going to end it off with some high school sports. Not a whole lot going on this week, of course, with all the really tough weather, but um, let's go ahead and get into it. And like I said, our first take is we're going to talk about last week's football games. And I told all the boys and girls out there, I said I had an idea of what was going to happen, and I thought that the Bengals were going to beat the Chiefs, and I thought that the 49ers were going to beat the Eagles. And buddy, I could not have been more wrong. I was way off. Now the Eagles game, you can kind of the quarterback getting hurt for the 49ers, Brock Purdy early in the game. Josh Johnson had to come in. You can make a lot of reasons for why the 49ers wound up losing that game, but you got to give a lot of credit to the Eagles. They were really, really good. The Eagles were really good, which they have been. They have been. And I hate to admit that out loud because I don't really like the Eagles. I don't like Eagles fans. I don't want them to be any good, but they are. And they're going to be in the Super Bowl, which that's going to be our next. That's going to be our next take. We're going to talk about a Super Bowl preview. Talk about these two teams that are going to face off. But the Eagles 49ers game, like I said, that one kind of took a really tough turn early in the game. It really felt bad for Josh Johnson. I mean, he's been with like 14 different teams in 18 different NFL stints now. And, I don't know if that's his first playoff game experience, but you got to think, if you're a 49ers fan and you told them earlier in the year, look, you're going to go through about 12 different quarterbacks, but you're still going to make it to the NFC Championship game, they'd have been really happy with that, I would think. And they did. They made it all the way there. They had played – Brock Purdy had played out of his mind. But, hey, 49ers fans, you're not going to get Tom Brady now. He has retired again. Unless he pulls like a Brett Favre situation, just keeps coming back and won't go away. I do think Tom Brady's done for good this time. But there's a lot of these who was it? Arian Foster was on a podcast the other day, and he basically admitted that the NFL is rigged. And so now everybody's coming up with these weird scenarios about the 49ers getting Tom Brady. He gets to play one year at home, and Brock Purdy sits behind him. The Titans trade for Trey Lance, which I think is a good idea, but that's beside the point. But there's just a lot of things, and I don't know if any of you have seen this or not with Arian Foster and the whole NFL rig thing. The NFL could most definitely be rigged. I don't know if Arian Foster is the guy to kind of usher in that information to everybody. It may actually be rigged. That would make more sense to me because, the Vegas is in cahoots with the NFL, and that's how everybody makes money. I mean, that wouldn't make sense to me. But I just don't think Arian Foster would be the one to release all that news to everybody. It may be a little rigged. It's definitely a little rigged. Because there's no way those officials are that bad at that job. I mean, I know I'm not great at my job, but they're terrible. I mean, they were really bad at their job. And that's a $1 billion industry with the worst officials ever. Y'all gonna have to excuse me for the sniffling. I know everybody else is doing it too, but I look outside and everything is frozen. I haven't left my house in at least 24 hours. I did go out yesterday because I needed some Mountain Dew, but that's beside the point. I'm not going to live without Mountain Dew. A life without Mountain Dew just may as well not be lived at all. But back to football. I keep forgetting. 49ers, Josh Johnson. I kind of felt bad for him. I hope that's not his first playoff experience, but it probably is. And then on the other side, which, I mean, okay, you do have to give the Eagles a lot of credit, but I don't want to, and I'm not going to. So we're going to go ahead and talk about the other game, the Bengals and the Chiefs. I like Joe Burrow. I'm not a big Bengals fan. I don't really care much for the Chiefs either, but I just thought the Bengals were going to win. I thought they were playing better football. Patrick Mahomes is injured. The Chiefs they were down at least two receivers, I think. Excuse me. They were down at least two receivers. Mahomes was hobbling around on one leg. He's nuts. He is so good. Travis Kelce tried two more of those little pitch plays on the I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's in my eye now. But the Chiefs at home, they found a way to win. And they I knew the Bengals were calling it Burrowhead. Bad idea. As soon as I heard that, I knew that was a bad idea. Travis Kelce let them know it was a bad idea. Everybody else, man, the Chiefs, you have to give them a lot of credit because they played pretty darn good football against a good team with a quarterback, like I said, that was on like one leg. I don't know if 2 weeks ago Mahomes looked really bad, and that's part of the reason why they took him out. Last week he still wasn't 100%. He's kind of hobbling around, and but he's making a few plays with the one leg, and he does have some weapons around him. So give a lot of credit to the Chiefs, able to pull it out at home. That's what good teams do. Now, here's my problem. I took both the Bengals and the Chiefs to score over 20 points. I took the over on 20.5, and then I took a game total over of 47.5. And buddy, my feelings were hurt. I was pretty upset about that. I guess I'm less upset than if both teams would have gotten over 20 points and then not got the 47.5. I would have been really mad about that one. But you win some, you lose some. So let's say, we're going to do a DMA read real quick. Then we're going to go watch some commercials. Y'all hang out for just a minute. Then when we get back, we're going to talk Super Bowl. Okay, so Casey's Take brought to you by DMA Orthopedics and Dr. Anthony Tropiano. Dr. Anthony Tropiano provides patients with prompt, effective treatment using the best technology available and in a manner that is compassionate and understanding of their needs. Dr. Tropiano is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon. Call 615-441-4522 today. That's 615-441-4522.
At Dixon Medical Associates, your health is our number one priority. With over 40 providers, our goal is to bring excellent, convenient, and comprehensive medical care to our community. Dixon Medical Associates, a destination for care.
Well, for a Super Bowl matchup, we have the Chiefs and the Eagles. Here's the thing about the Eagles. If it weren't for Eagles fans, I might like the Eagles. I love Jalen Hurts. I love the story of Jalen Hurts. I don't like the fact that Alabama is now trying to claim him as a Crimson Tide quarterback. I don't know if everybody remembers this or not, but they pretty much pushed him out of town. And now that he's in the Super Bowl, they're all, look at our Alabama quarterback go. He was developed at Oklahoma. I know that he played a big part of what Alabama did, but he was developed at Oklahoma. He became a quarterback at Oklahoma. So Alabama, just give that one up. Stop trying to think that everything is yours. Now, I just wanted to get that off my chest. The Eagles, Chiefs, I will give a little bit of a leg up to the Chiefs because obviously they've been there before. Patrick Mahomes has a lot of experience in this area, and so does Andy Reid. Andy Reid's been in a few Super Bowls now, and he won his last one. So, oh my goodness, I keep having I don't want to say he won his last one. They may not have won the last one. I can't remember, but they do have a win now. So I think the Chiefs have more experience. Sirianni's in his first Super Bowl. A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, all these guys, the Devontae Smith, they're all in their first Super Bowl. Now, the offensive line and that defense, you still got a lot of pieces from the other Super Bowl, the Nick Foles team. But, and this is the point I was going to make for Hurts and the rest of that offense, sometimes it's good when you've never been there before because you really don't know how to react. So, excuse me, sorry. I may sneeze here in a minute. If I do, y'all just have to excuse me. But hey, sometimes it's good to not really know what you're doing because it may just not even bother them. It may just be another football game. And, if Jalen Hurts goes out there and he goes, well, and here's the deal. If the defense plays really well, he only has to go 15 of 20 for 170 yards like he did last week. He may have had a few more yards later in the game, but it was like 31-7 at one point, and that was his stats because he didn't have to do a whole lot. That's a good football team. If your defense plays really well and you can run the ball, your quarterback doesn't have to throw it for 500 yards. So now they may need Jalen Hurts to throw the ball a little bit because the Chiefs' offense is pretty good. In case most of you haven't figured that out by now, so. The way I look at this, I do think the Eagles are going to have to throw. But I don't know if the Chiefs can score enough to really turn it into a track meet. Now, if it's a track meet, I think the Chiefs will win. And not because the Eagles' offense isn't good, but only because the Chiefs' offense is built for that. Whereas the Eagles' offense, they're going to more or less – they're going to try and run the ball. They can throw it. They can throw it really well, and they've got great receivers. But they're going to try and run the ball and play really good defense. I'm so sorry. My nose is killing me, guys. I'm sorry. But I think the Eagles, they're going to need to slow the game down. They need to be able to run and play defense. Whereas the Chiefs, if they get into a track meet, not that the Eagles can't run. They can. They absolutely can. But if you're asking me right now which quarterback I got to take in a shootout, I'm going to take Patrick Mahomes, even on one leg. I think the Eagles can win this game. This one's pretty close to a toss-up for me. For me, if it's like less than 46, 47 points total, the Eagles win the game. If it's more than 53 or 54 points, Chiefs definitely. But we've got a few weeks. They're going to take, of course, they got the week off, and then we've got the Super Bowl week with media days and stuff like that, which is always a lot of fun. We're going to do all that, and then they've got the game. So I'm excited. I think it should be a fun Super Bowl to watch. The last few Super Bowls, I have not seen them. I know last year I passed out before the game even started, and then woke up in the fourth quarter, and I want to say that no, it wasn't the Chiefs. I can't even remember who was in the Super Bowl last year. I can't remember what I had for dinner yesterday, so it makes a lot of sense. Well, that's your Super Bowl preview, though. It's Chiefs and it's Eagles. And if I had to pick, I got to pick one team to win. It's hard for me not to take old Patty. He's got that Super Bowl experience. Plus, I hate the Eagles. I think I'm going to openly root for the Chiefs only because I hate the Eagles, because of A.J. Brown and Eagles fans. Those are only real two reasons. I like Jason Kelce. I like Kenneth Gainwell. I like Devontae Smith. I love Jalen Hurts. Nick Sirianni's a great coach. The Liberty Bells up there in Philadelphia. I don't care. I hate the Eagles, and I want them to lose. So I'm going to openly root for the Chiefs. I do like Isaiah Pacheco, the running back for the Chiefs. I actually drafted him in like the 11th round of my fantasy league. Sleeper. We're going to do fantasy stuff next year too, because I come up with these sleeper picks every year, and I'm good at it. But I think Chiefs win. I got to give you a score. I'm going to say 34-24 Chiefs win. All right. Now, we're going to go to the third take. Oh, no, it's not dead. Sorry. I had to make sure my mouse wasn't dead. All right, we're going to go to the third take. This is good because I look like crap, I feel like crap. We're going to talk about crap. Tennessee Vols basketball. It's exactly what that was. Now, here's the deal. Like I told you earlier, I didn't get to watch the game. I don't actually have television. I'm not going to pay money for television because you pay like $200 a month for 12,000 channels, and I can only watch one channel at a time. And I'm not going to watch advertisements. I hate advertisements. I pay $16 a month for YouTube Premium. That's the only thing I watch. I don't even have YouTube TV. I don't care for TV. I don't want to be obligated to look at a screen. So I like being able to do whatever I want to do. And that's why I like YouTube. I can just mouse around from channel to channel or video to video. And they're only like 4 or 5 minutes, maybe as much as 12 minutes. YouTube's so much better than actual television. But I say all that to say this. One of the other good reasons I don't have television is I don't have to feel obligated to watch this crap offense play basketball, because that is Rick Barnes' offense. And I've seen a lot of tweets. The last few hours, last 24 hours, talking about, maybe not 24 hours, but the last 12 hours or so. A lot of people saying this is why people don't believe in Tennessee. This is why this team's going to be out in the first weekend of the tournament. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right. And I've always been a more optimistic fan. I'm one of those guys that's like, oh, hey, maybe we got a chance, whatever. No. This team, I've seen this team fall apart so many times. Here's the deal. If it was a one-game tournament, Tennessee could beat anybody. They could beat anybody. Knock down a few shots. They're going to play really tough defense. You've got really good kids that play really hard. But sometimes that offense don't knock down any shots. None. And it's really hard to watch. And that's how you lose in the second round to, who was it? Purdue a few years ago. Lost to Chicago, Loyola, Marymount, whatever. And whatever that school was, with that old Sister Jean, that 120-year-old woman had God on her side. No wonder the Vols lost that day. I don't know what he's got against Tennessee. But Tennessee's offense is not very good. It's not very consistent. I don't want to say it's not good. It can be very good. You've got Phillips and Jordan James, Ziegler, Vescovi. There are a lot of different people on this offense that are very, very good. For some reason, they are not consistent. They don't show up every game. And that is exactly why they're going to be out in the first or second round of the tournament, maybe third round if they're lucky. They're going to play hard. They're going to play great defense. They're good guys. And Rick Barnes, by all accounts, is a great coach. He may not win a national championship at Tennessee, but he's been a really, really good coach. He keeps a lot of these kids out of trouble. There's a lot of kids going in the NBA. As a Tennessee fan, I think I'm okay with him being the head coach. But you can't really complain because they are number 2 in the country. But you can complain because this is the same old song and dance. They're going to get into the tournament, a 2 seed, maybe a 3 seed, and they're going to lose to somebody that has the best day of their life. Save it, hold it, put it back, whatever you want. Save the receipts. I just told you what's going to happen. Tennessee loses in the second or third round of the tournament because their offense falls apart. It's a low-scoring game, and then the other team is a little bit hot, and then at the end they know they're going to win, so they get really creative and have a lot of fun. Tennessee's going to lose like 61-47 to a team that they have no business losing to in the tournament. That's exactly what happens. It's exactly what's going to happen. But that's it. Just letting you know. Tennessee can be so annoying to watch in any sport. But that's Tennessee basketball losing to Florida. Lost to Kentucky earlier in the year, the worst year Kentucky's had since World War II. And Tennessee can't beat them. Tennessee didn't beat them. Not that they can't, it's that they didn't. This Tennessee team falls apart in big games, and the offense is not very good. It's going to kill them in the tournament. But we're going to go ahead and let's go ahead and join. Well, yeah, commercial. Let's go ahead and do the commercial next. We get back, we'll do another DMA read.
Here at Dixon Medical Associates, we've got you covered from neck to toe. Our orthopedics team offers services in sports surgery, and more. We also have in-house imaging and physical therapy. Dixon Medical Associates. We specialize in what moves you.
Now, my nose has been running all day long, and I have no clue why. I felt fine all day long and put me on front of a screen, and here we go. But I needed to go to break. My nose was killing me. I had to clean myself off. But Casey's Take, and thanks for coming and hanging out with me like y'all do every week. But it's brought to you by DMA Orthopedics and Dr. Anthony Tropiano. Dr. Anthony Tropiano is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon, and he provides patients with the prompt, effective treatment using the best technology available and in a manner that is compassionate and understanding of their needs. Dr. Tropiano is a board-certified orthopedic surgeon. Call 615-441-4522 today. That's 615-441-4522. Make sure you give him a call. Tell him I sent you. Tell him I sent you. Now, here's the last take, high school sports. I don't know if any of you have been living under a rock, but if you're wondering what the high school sports in Dixon and Cheatham have been for like the last 2-3 days, unless they're having a snowball tournament, nobody's doing anything. It's not even snowing, it's ice. So I guess unless you're outside doing the luge or whatever you call that, nobody's playing anything at all. One little note, Charlotte Middle girls are in sectional round of the middle school basketball playoffs, and Pleasant View Christian School. Apparently, their middle school boys program is having a spectacular season. Also, Sycamore Wrestling, they qualified for the state tournament. I've been trying not to do that on camera. Sorry, but Sycamore, they've qualified as a team for the state tournament. We've got a lot of individuals that either have qualified or their qualifying's coming up. I'm going to try and get all that news, try and get all that in. Let's see, basketball's towards the end of the regular season tournament. So I'm going to try and keep everybody regular season schedule towards the end of the regular season schedule with the district tournament coming up. I'm going to try and keep everybody kind of in the know about all that. As soon as I get brackets, let everybody know what's going on. We're going to have a little bit of a shorter show today, and that's okay. I got to go blow my nose, and I'm trying to think. I felt like there was something else going on. Oh, the Creekwood Fishing. Their fishing team competed in a national tournament last weekend. Dixon Wrestling, their girls. This is what was in the back of my head. Their girls defeated Northeast the other day, I want to say, but they did just have a senior day, or senior night, excuse me. So all the wrestling seasons are starting to come to an end. I don't think their state stuff is for another week or two. I have to check. But I thank y'all for coming and hanging out with me. Try to stay safe out there. Say safe. Say that 10 times fast. Try to stay safe out there. I know it's cold. Stay warm. If you don't have to drive, don't go driving. But if you're like me and you run out of Mountain Dew, you got to go driving. So y'all have a good evening. Stay safe. Stay safe. Stay at the house. Stay off this ice. Y'all have a good evening, and we'll see you next week.